Diamond Dawns, is this your first time here?
First time riding.
Okay,
yeah,
first time
we
racing.
came last year and had a great time. Love riding through the pits at one of these ARMA events and just seeing like, man, how do they fit all those riders in that camper right there? And it's really just one guy with like a sea of like 10 or 15 vintage machines, and love to see how much pride everybody takes in their ride. And man, just a really cool event. So Diamond Don said, man, why don't you come out next year and be our legend or whatever hero, and come out for the event. And said, man, that sounds like a really good time. Then next thing you know, it turns into, look, we're going to build you a bike and we're going to race and all that stuff. So here I am.
Yeah.
And I had as much fun as you could possibly have getting 5th place or whatever I got.
Okay. Well, I asked you earlier, like, if you've been riding any. I would imagine you've been training for this weekly, right? And you said, not really.
Well, I have not been, and I clearly need to be. When you watch how Tampas, Chad, whatever the hell you call him these days, when you watch how excited he gets, obviously he takes it a little bit more serious than me.
Yeah.
But I need to, if I'm going to keep doing it, I need to lose some weight, man. Thank you to Kenny Vaughn for building me a badass bike. But man, I'm giving up 60 pounds.
Ooh.
To Chad or Tampas.
So you're not ready for MXDN in a couple weeks?
I am not ready for. I can barely sit on the couch and eat for the entire moto, but I can. But that's after a lot of training.
It's good seeing you back out here, though. I'd love to start seeing you back at some of the major events, the Supercrosses, the Nationals. Just fans still want to see you, man. There's still a lot of people out there that love seeing you around. Love your, we missed the transfers, right? We need somebody to do that again.
Well, I look back at the transfers and I kind of often think, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
And I really can't answer that. Like, I don't know that it will ever come back.
No, they wouldn't even, I don't think they'd let anybody do it.
It was very insane, and glad I got through it. I don't think it'll come back. But to be back at the sport and the industry, Supercross, motocross, amateur or professional, I look forward to that day. When I retired, we had a lot going on with the kids.
Yeah.
And I really love the sport. I miss it, but glad that I got the opportunity to be with my family and my kids.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for your time.
Enjoyed it.
Tim Wise.
Richardson, fastest man in Piedmont out here in Jefferson, Texas, dude. You're ripping. It's unreal, dude. It's so bad. Steve Mathis wouldn't have a prayer against you.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Even on a 2023 YZ 450,
I agree.
I've got Mathis covered like an infield during a rain delay.
Well, what brings you out to Diamond Dawns? What is it about vintage racing that you love?
The fun of it, man. It's just so much fun. The camaraderie, people helping one another, and being on the track with one another and stuff. It's super good. For me, I grew up watching my dad race Husqvarnas, so that's my emotional connection to that. It's just trying to be like my dad. He was a badass and had a mustache, and he was fast on Husqvarnas. So I'm trying to do the same thing. So wish he was here watching me today. Yep.
How do you like this facility?
It's great. The track is awesome for this type of racing. Very natural terrain, some flowing turns, tight turns, some decreasing radius stuff. Nothing crazy as far as jumps. So that makes it great when you got 4 inches of travel, and sometimes we use all 12 of it, right? But it's a perfect track, and they've got the track prepped perfect. A lot of sand, everything they put in place, which makes it even better.
Yeah, it's great having you down here. What are you doing? Any other vintage races?
This event, so I'll do what they call vintage today, which is up to 1975. Tomorrow, I'll be on the little high rev 77 over there, and that'll be what they call post vintage. So. And as long as this thing stays together, I'll ride it against some more competitive and more modern bikes tomorrow in post-vintage. But I'll do a few vintage things here and there, and I just love it, man. It's so much fun. I have obviously a modern bike at a Husqvarna TC 125, but for me the vintage stuff and the camaraderie against these fellas is good.
Awesome. I'm glad to see you out here near where I live. It's good to see you for a few hours.
Heck yeah.
A lot of fun.
Man, I appreciate you riding the bicycle over here. You said it's 34 miles, I think, to your house to here. So you rode the bicycle over and gonna ride it back. So man, you're in training, and I'm pumped on that. So be ready, Steve. He's bringing it.
Coming for you. Chad, Tampas Parker out here at Diamond Dawns. How many years have you been coming to this event?
I think the first time we came was about 2010.
That's
What-
back when I was the legend. Now I'm just a tag-along, man.
I don't know
Tag-along.
about that. You make it look really easy out there.
Well, you know, the deal is the small bores, we're able to still ride them. You only have to ride, 4, 5, 6 times a year,
Yeah.
and you can jump on a small bore and still go. When you get on big bikes, a 450 or something, I'd end up hurting myself, somebody else. But these small bores, we don't have to ride. We don't have to practice, man. My body can't hang up to working out or doing anything like that. So I've been on that couch potato workout, and it's really working out.
I like it. I mean, you're a 2-time world champion. I think you deserve to do that.
Well, yeah, I think all motocross riders, when they get
Yeah.
through, want to get on the couch potato workout. And man, it's the coolest thing. We sit there and watch motocross and supercross. And,
Yeah.
And my favorite number's always been 13. So when I pulled up to the gate, I'm like, there's no way I can lose. I'm Jet Lawrence. And then I'm Eli Tomac at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
Windham's 14, and 14's always after 13, and
Yeah.
that other kid's 15. So ain't no way I can lose.
Right. I love that theory. What keeps you coming back to these vintage races? You have vintage races at your facility. It seems like it's just very, very family oriented and a lot of fun.
Oh, it's a blast, and it's so cool having Windham and Wharton and John Short and Vernon McKitty and Brandon Glenn and racing with my son. I never see him. He's, he calls himself a gator, but he's a gecko, and he does those commercials, 15 minutes,
15 minutes
to
to
save
save
you
15%.
something, or
There you go, Jason Wygant. That's for
So
you.
yeah, but every year they say that there's no way you can win it this year. So I keep coming back, and every year they bring in somebody, and every year they're building, $18,000, $19,000 motorcycles, and man, we built the junkyard dog. We found this frame literally in the junkyard.
Yeah.
And they dig it out. My dad straightens it all out and everything, and then a buddy builds a motor. And now they're claiming I got a stroker motor. So
They're gonna tear you
it's
down?
for sale after the race for $18,500.
Okay.
But they don't get my factory CR60 tank.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Travis, it's always great seeing you out here. I love your personality. I love your enthusiasm for vintage racing. It's really cool.
Well, we're out here to have fun. And even when I was a pro, man, it was about having fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's something a lot of the pros need to really think about. We started riding motorcycles to have fun. Sure, we want to make money, and those guys should be making lots of money. But if you look what Jet Lawrence has done for the sport, he's having a blast.
Yep.
And it is a job. But if you think of it as a job only and don't have fun, you're not going to have the results. And that kid has a bright future. And there's a lot of good kids right now watching Sexton. I love Tomac, man.
Yeah.
I hate to see him going out of the sport, but you do get to that age, and I'm a big-time elk hunter, and I know Eli loves elk hunting. Maybe I'll run into him in the mountains one day, and I might be better at him at elk hunting. I don't
There
know if
you
I
go.
can outrun him at motocross, but I think I'd take him in elk hunting.
I love it. Thank you, man. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Blake Wharton, good seeing you out here in Jefferson at Diamond Dawns. How'd you like it?
It's good. It's different. It's been a while since I've done any serious racing, and to do it on the XR200, which is kind of an ancient bike, but there's really cool builds, and Jefferson's nice too. It's got the big trees. It's got that topography that you're kind of used to seeing over here, and it's actually starting to cool down a little, so that was nice. But some good racing today. Some good sightseeing as well with the bikes, and get to see some old friends as well. Yeah.
What about vintage racing is appealing? What do you think brings all these people out here?
Well, obviously there's the nostalgia aspect, right? A lot of these guys are successful business people or they're retired. But what drives them really, what makes them come all this way, it has to be the love for bikes, obviously love for racing as well. Some of the guys are just, here for the environment, I think a little bit more. But two strokes, maybe it's the fuel, heck, I don't know.
Smells good out here.
Yeah, maybe it's addictive and we just don't know it.
Yeah. Are you still getting the itch filled for the competitive side of life?
Oh yeah, you always get that, and it kind of comes and goes. I raced a couple months ago overseas, and the more you ride, the more you kind of get that itch, I want to say. And sometimes that's warranted, sometimes it's not. It definitely when you go race again, it kind of gets you back to that headspace that you've done, for your whole life, essentially, with me. So it's good, though, and take it for what it is, and, got some other projects as well, so.
Yeah, you told me you're doing a little music still, so that's another one of your passions.
Yeah, music still, and doing more film, more
good.
stuff with writing, of course, and more projects that can incorporate that. It's kind of all the same, but I just want to try to keep doing that, push the YouTube channels and the social medias, and hey, if I can do a story, I'm there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool having you out here, man. It's
Thank
not too
you.
far from my house, and I haven't got to see you ride in a long time, so it's been a lot of fun.
We're essentially local, so we had to come out. You
Yeah.
know, it's always a race that I wanted to do, but I never really got the chance to do it when you're racing the circuit. So I think now's the time, and it's a good year with 20th anniversary. So pretty cool.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming out, man.
Thank
Great
you.
talking to you.
We'll see you.